this meeting into order. If we could, you want to do the pledge of allegiance first? Okay. Ms. McCleave, a roll call.
Mr. Enslin?
Here.
Mrs. Fiorella?
Here.
Mr. Gershi?
Here.
Mr. Gambita?
Here.
Mr. Gogolski?
Here.
Mr. Hook?
Here.
Mr. Auckland?
Here.
Mr. Shaver?
Excuse.
And Mr. Wood?
Here.
Mrs. President, you have 8 board members present.
Thank you. Could I have a motion for C, please? The election of a temporary chairman.
I move that we name Mr. Gershi as a temporary chairman.
I'll second that. Okay. The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. Bill?
Okay. I will now entertain nominations for the election for board president.
I'd like to nominate Mrs. Fiorella to stay as board president for this year.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, on the floor then we have a nomination for Mrs. Fiorella to be elected board president. All those in favor, please, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The same? Are there any abstentions? Well, congratulations, Mrs. Fiorella.
Thank you.
We will now have nominations for vice president.
I make a motion to elect Rick Hoke for vice president.
Is there a second for that?
Second.
I need a second. I just said that. Robert's rule says you don't need a second under these circumstances, so I violated my own. Anyway. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, then we will ask if there are any questions, any further discussion or questions about this. If not, those in favor of Mr. Hope being the vice president, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Are there any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Mr. Hope, congratulations. Is there any other business at this point? Motion for adjournment?
Thank you.
Motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Gershi.
Your second one.
Thank you all for being very patient while we were in our executive session.
Okay. If we could go ahead and start, we'll start with a prayer followed by Pledge of Allegiance, please.
At this time, I would ask for a moment of silence for President George Bush and in thanksgiving for his years of service to this country. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could we please have a roll call again, Ms. Emmett?
Mr. Enslin?
Still here.
Mrs. Fiorella?
Here.
Mr. Gershi?
Here.
Mr. Gogolski?
Here.
Mr. Gambita?
Here.
Mr. Hook?
Here.
Mr. Auckland?
Here.
Mr. Shaver?
Excuse?
And Mr. Wood?
Here.
Attorney Meir?
Here.
Dr. Barrett?
Here.
Ms. Felisky?
Here.
Ms. Emmett is here. Mr. Gogorski?
Here.
Mrs. Donahue?
Here.
Mr. Pigeon?
Here.
Mrs. Miller? Here. Mrs. Bradley?
Here.
Ms. Watson?
Here.
Mrs. Fitzsimmons?
Here.
Mrs. LaRosa?
Here.
Ms. Denike?
Here.
Mrs. Gregory?
Here.
Mrs. Liptak?
Here.
Mr. Seaman?
Here.
Mr. Dunda?
Here.
And Mr. Black?
Here.
Mrs. President, you have 8 board members present.
If I could have a motion for number 5, please.
I move that we approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on November 5th, 2018.
Motion was made by Mr. Gershi and then seconded by Mr. Auckland. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. Could I have a motion for number 6, please?
I move to accept the treasurer's reports from the general and food service accounts. Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Gregolski and then seconded by Mr. Wood. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. A motion for number 7, please.
I move to accept the approval of bills from the general and food service accounts.
Second.
Again, the motion was made by Mr. Gregolski and then seconded by Mr. Wood. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. Any accounting of taxes questions? None? Tonight there is a lot of student recognition, so Mr. Gorski.
Thank you very much, Madam President. We'd like to start off with recognizing the students on the principals list, which represents the 2 students in each grade, 9 through 12, with the highest grade point average in the first marking period. And I'd like to start with Kaylee Romanowski, who couldn't be here tonight. She's actually representing Western Wayne in a basketball game tonight up at Montrose, so she sends her regrets, but was very honored. And she's a great kid also. Also in 9th grade with the highest average, Rachel Tooman. In 10th grade, we have Jamie Bryan. And Leonard Mayoko III. For 11th grade, Stanley Conklin III. And also in 11th grade, Catherine Matter.
You are very lucky.
And our 12th grade students, Veda Pontoski. And Allison Matter. And I'd like to congratulate all those for the principal's list accomplishments, and congratulations to their parents also. You know, they're outstanding accomplishments, so thank you. We also have 2 seniors that we'd like to recognize tonight. The first is Jillian Dudley. Jillian is the daughter of Lori and Grant Dudley of Waymart.
Good evening again. My name is Jillian Dudley and I've attended Western Wayne since preschool. I'd like to start off by thanking the Board of Education for providing me with the opportunities I've received while at Western Wayne, and my parents for supporting me throughout my education here. I have taken many AP and honors courses during my high school career in every subject, but always found math to be my favorite. When I had to make the decision if I wanted to take AP Calculus this year, I almost decided against it because I heard how difficult it was. Ultimately, I decided to take it, and it has been the most challenging course I've taken, but one I enjoy. For that, I'd like to thank Mr. McDonough for encouraging me to ask questions and think in depth about how to solve problems. I would also like to thank 2 other teachers who have made an impact on my education. Mrs. Wayman and Ms. Masenkai, who I have been lucky enough to have for 2 subjects each. Mrs. Wayman for government and politics and psychology, and Ms. Masenkai for honors and AP chemistry. Before I took government and politics, history was my least favorite subject, but Mrs. Wayman has made it interesting and actively engages the class in the world around us. Ms. Masenkai always tells the truth and makes sure everyone gets the grades they deserve. She has shown me that high school is just the beginning and that no failure will ever be too great to overcome. Aside from academics, I've participated in the reading competition, National Honor Society, the Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science, where I was awarded the Lifelong Fellowship at Lafayette Sanctuary, Future Business Leaders of America, where I placed 5th at the state competition as a sophomore and ensured a business presentation, and 1st at the regional and state competitions in wood processing as a junior, enabling me to attend the national conference. I've also participated in the Junior Leadership Northern Poconos, where I was part of a film called We Have Found Balance, and attended the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference, also known as HOBE. I have volunteered for the Friends of the Poor, Waymart Area Parties and Board, the Steamtown Marathon, and St. Joseph's Baby Pantry. I've also served as sophomore class treasurer and the treasurer at BLA this year, and ran for the indoor track, outdoor track, and cross-country teams. My time at Western Wayne has been one of studying, trips, conferences, meets, and races, and fun. I have been fully prepared for my future and am excited to pursue an education at a four-year college studying mathematics and actuarial science. Once again, thank you to the board, guidance counselors, and teachers at Western Wayne for recognizing my achievements and providing me every opportunity.
Thanks very much, Jillian. We also have tonight with us Robert Carey. Robert is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Eugene Carey of Hamlin.
Good evening, the Board of Education and the community and my parents. I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight about my years of being a student at Western Wayne. I've taken many academic courses and shop classes at Western Wayne. I have had opportunities to take numerous AP and honors courses. I made first honors for my entire 4 years here. Western Wayne has means so much to us as students. Besides academics, I have also taken shop classes which have taught me how to work with my hands and improve my learning. Other activities I've been involved with are student government, where I was a secretary my freshman year and helped plan Spirit Week. National Honor Society, where I volunteered for the Steamtown Marathon, Spanish Workshop, and Friends of the Poor. Lastly, I worked with my TSA team winning states last year, which enabled us to go to Georgia for nationals. Sports at Western Wayne has been a huge part of my high school years. I've played 3 years on the golf team, 4 years on the basketball team, and 3 years on the baseball team. My senior project was to build a bullpen for the baseball field to improve our Western Wayne baseball team. My future plans include going to a 4-year college to major in engineering. Currently, I have been accepted to 4 schools and I am waiting on 3 more. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you to the 2 seniors, Jillian and Robert. We very much appreciate everything you had to say tonight. If we could have all the parents stand up and be recognized, Jillian's parents and Robert's parents, and those of our principals list also, because with the parents, it's an incredible and outstanding accomplishment also. So congratulations to the parents. If you stand to be recognized, please.
I would just like to say also to not only our seniors, but everyone else, it's so wonderful to see what great role models you are, not only within our school, but also on the athletic fields and also in our community. So thank you very much for being that leader and role model also. And we wish you the best of luck to everyone. So thank you.
Yes, I was going to say that a couple of them, like Lenny there, is on the Youth Advisory Committee of the Wayne County Community Foundation, which is a mini foundation, a foundation that gives mini grants to classrooms. And yes, and also Veda, you're on the Wayne County Children and Youth Advisory Board too. So they do give back to the community as well.
That's so important, so great job.
Absolutely.
Bill likes to put in a plug for his foundation anyway. We'll let that slide, Bill.
The Gershie Foundation? If only.
That's next month. We also have staff recognition.
Mrs. Miller?
Thank you. We would like to share some wonderful news that we recently learned at Robert D. Wilson. It's quite a nice accomplishment for the Western Wayne family. Last week, our counselor from the Robert D. Wilson School, Erica Booth, had an opportunity to attend the Pennsylvania School Counselors Conference in Hershey. At that time, she was bestowed the honor of Pennsylvania's Elementary School Counselor of the Year. So congratulations to you. Erica was nominated by Renee Berry of Valley View Elementary School, which then initiated a series of actions and events within our school to prepare to accept the nomination. The process really began a long time ago, though. It began her first day. She had a vision, and she worked at it each year, involving the community, involving the school's members, involving the children and the parents, communicating, using data, but always keeping that vision of doing the very best for our Western Wayne families, as do all of us here at Western Wayne. So I do believe Erica has a few things she'd like to say. So yes, all of that started a long time ago, but you forgot to mention, I was replacing a counselor that had been in that building for 25 years. I mean, talk about big shoes to fill. I had no idea where to start. So I decided to begin with the School Counselors National Model. The American School Counseling Association has set a blueprint, a framework for all school counselors across the nation to follow. You'd have to go to school for 3 years to really appreciate everything that this model has to offer. But in a sentence, it encourages us to have, as Maria said, a data-driven, comprehensive, preventative program that helps to reach all students. And the Ask a National model really is the future of school counseling, but I'm so happy to say that it is the present of R.D. Wilson and Western Wayne. So Mrs. Miller also mentioned the application process. So I was honored to be nominated and completely overwhelmed when I set my eyes on the application. So I had to write narratives showing that I advocate for school counseling and for the students. I had to give examples of collaborative efforts that I've had. I had to show what leadership roles I've had, and again, providing all kinds of evidence for this. A couple of which happened to be YouTube videos from school board meetings where I open my big mouth and talk about school counseling, as I love to do. I also needed 3 letters of recommendation, and I want to thank Jen Barna, my previous instructor at Marywood University, and parent of a Western Wayne student, and Maria Miller, and also Audrey Agnello, a student who wrote just one of the most beautiful letters I think I've ever read. I also had to make a video showcasing the school and myself and the program and the students. And something that helped me tremendously through all of that is an online program developed specifically for school counselors. It's based off the Ask a model. It's called SCUDA, School Counselor Use of Time Analysis. And so it provides us a kind of a one-stop shop to keep track of everything we need for our programming. It's our documentation, it provides us time analysis, it keeps track of our program goals. I don't know how I ever got along without it, and I just started using it last April. So that helped me. So I handed everything in. A couple weeks later, I got the call, and the poor woman, I think, was deaf for a couple of weeks after I received the news, and was invited, like Maria said, to go to Hershey, Pennsylvania. The conference was wonderful. The banquet was wonderful. It was amazing. And then I got to talking to one of the representatives from that SCUDA program. And I'm happy to say that after speaking with him for a while and sharing our passions for school counseling, he has offered to pay for membership for all of the counselors in the district to have this school counseling online program to help guide our programs. So it's over $1,000 value when you add up all the different memberships. So I come bearing gifts back from the conference. I'm so happy for that. And lastly, I just want to share that I've spent 20 years of my life now in this district as a student and now as a professional, and this award is nothing more than a reflection of my love for the students. So thank you so much for letting me speak, and stay tuned because this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Congratulations. It's a tremendous accomplishment. You've worked tirelessly over the past several years working towards this, and it's obviously a genuine reflection of all the good things that go on within our walls here at Western Wayne. thank you for representing us so well. Our tire guy, Mr. Farman, is top class, the first class, and I couldn't ask for a better crew, and you're a prime example of, again, the positives that go on here. I really think it's, thank you. Just one last thing I would like to acknowledge is our entire fall sports teams. Each and every one of our athletic teams this past fall made the postseason. And I can't remember, if at all, if that ever happened in my time here. It's a tremendous accomplishment on behalf of the kids, the coaching staff, the parents. We also had 21 students that were recognized as first and second team all-stars, which, again, is a tremendous representation of what we're doing here at Western Wayne. And we also had 2 runners, Amy Skirpin and Anna Brusnak, that qualified for the state cross-country meets. Finally, we also had Coach Darren Thorpe recognized as the volleyball coach of the year for all of their accomplishments throughout the season. So congratulations to Darren and his squad. There's a lot of good things happening. Can't say enough good things about it.
All right. Wow, we can end it there. You guys did great. I'm good with that. Thank you all for coming. If you want to leave now, now's your time. And we appreciate it. Thank you so much. And have a great Merry Christmas. Thank you.
I'll take care of it right away.
Okay, thanks.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak? Are you sure? Isn't that great? Yeah. Well, this is going to be a nice treat. This is going to be short and sweet. Bill came up with a good idea since we had the work session prior to this.
I didn't come up with
You
that.
did. I'm throwing this on you, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, literally. There any questions on the enrollment? It is there for number 11. And Bill, go ahead, take it away. 12 through what?
Maybe as a little preface, so that you know what's going on here. The people who are here, well, actually, we had a work session just before this. And of course, we have the agenda. You have the agenda. The intermediate unit has a board which has one member of each of the 20 school districts in IU19. I'm a representative from Western Wayne. And I've been on that board a couple of years, and how they conduct their meetings is they have the work session and the voting session on the same evening. So we go over there and we have a